Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody today? I hope everybody is doing well, wonderful, fantabulous. That is what I am hoping for today. So, I am cooking today. So, I said cooking with Cynetha. So Cynetha, actually. So I wanted to come and to do a live and kind of show you what it is I'm doing today. So today is a meal prep day for some clients, right? And actually I'm technically a little bit behind schedule, but nonetheless I am in here and I am preparing meals. So I have some white bean chili that I have already prepared. So I'm just going to kind of show you all. Look, can you see? It's my white bean chili. And you know, white bean chili, you can't use, in white bean chili, you can't use like ground beef or anything with it. So if you were preparing this and you are not, you don't eat the way that I eat, then you would, have ground turkey or ground chicken or something like that in your white bean chili. But for me, I am using the chickenless chicken strips. So that's what I have in my pot with my chili. So it is the mock chicken, not the real chicken. So that's that. So I have already done that. I have my rice already prepared for my fried rice that I will be doing in a little bit. I have my shrimp over here that I have to, they've already been deveined. I just have to take the shells off. So I have my shrimp that I have to do that too. And I have my bowl of mushrooms. So I'm making my faux Philly cheese sandwiches, right? Yes, I'm making my faux Philly cheese sandwiches. And so some will ask, well, what are you using? So I use mushrooms. So everybody other people would have their own recipes, but for me, my recipe has mushrooms in it. So I have my mushrooms here, and I'm just going to go ahead and to slice them and prepare them and get them in the pan. I promise you, everybody that has had let me get my phone on the stand. Everybody that has had my faux Philly, that is a meat lover, yeah. Not a single complaint, not a single, oh, that was nasty, not a single, I don't want another one. As a matter of fact, when my clients order, they order more than one. They order 2 and 3, to make sure that they have them, because yeah, it's not on the menu every single week. But so when I do put it on the menu, they make sure that they get more than one. So that is the base for my Philly cheese. And they're quite filling. I'm slicing them thicker, which I guess I shouldn't have even put the phone really on the stand. Let me see if I can tilt it down. I don't think I can tilt it down. I'll have to put it on the stand in a second. So let's show you the size that I'm kind of making them. Can you see the size that I'm making the mushroom? Hello, Flamonica. So yeah, so that's the size that I make. I'm going to try and put the phone back on the stand again so I can keep working. Because like I said, I am a bit behind schedule, right? But I thought today would be the perfect day to come on here and to do a live while I'm doing what it is that I do. A lot of times when I'm stressed out and got stuff going on, like cooking, that is my thing. Like, it just takes me to a whole nother place. But then that would take someone that really knows me to know that that's what I do. So this is my thing. So some people drink, some people smoke, you know, some people are use sex as their go-to thing, vice. Some people use porn as their go-to vice. Some people, you know, I don't know. Those are some vices that I know that people use when they're stressed out. And for me, cooking is the thing that I do when, you know, I got a lot of stuff going on. This is something that I can control. I can control, you know, how big a slice of a mushroom I'm putting in something. I can control how much seasoning I'm putting in something. I have complete control on how that is going to go. There is no, you know, there's no real guesswork in that. The only thing I don't have control over is if the stove is going to work properly, if the stove is uneven, if the oven is uneven or whatever, especially if you're baking and, you know, the oven is unleveled, then, you know, you're going to have an issue. Hold on just a second while I get a bowl. You're going to have an issue with whether your cake or whatever it is leveled off. Even in the baking time, like the baking time would change. So this I can control. This puts a smile on my face, makes me happy. So this is what I am doing. So if you want to know what I'm actually preparing, so I have the Philly cheesesteak sandwiches that I'm preparing. It's supposed to be the beefless Szechuan beef with fried rice. And I have altered that for today. So it is going to be the Mandarin chicken, mock chicken, and fried rice. That's what it's going to be today. And what else? What else am I preparing? Oh, the chili, the white bean chili. And I said shrimp, right? So I'm doing the spinach and shrimp. I know if Danyata watches this, or if Light Skin watches this, Jocelyn, when they find out that I'm making the spinach and shrimp today, they are just going to scream probably, because they had that. I fixed that on the way to Atlanta. Like, I was doing my meal prep to make sure that I didn't eat bad while we were traveling. So I went ahead and fixed my meals for traveling. We were going to Atlanta. And so I shared my meal with them, and they have been talking about, I kid you not, they have been talking about that spinach and shrimp. Like, to this day, they still talk about it. And I think that trip was over a year ago when we went on our trip to Atlanta, and I fixed that. So that is what the menu is for today. And I'm still slicing these mushrooms currently. So I said that what I am going to do or start doing is I'm setting up a subscription. So you can subscribe. Those of you who would like to learn how to eat healthy. I mean, there are some people that cook very well, right? Hands down, you can cook. Can burn in the kitchen. But when it comes to cooking healthy, that's where you kind of fall. You don't know how to cook healthy. And those of you that are trying to switch over to more of a plant-based eating style, you definitely are like a deer caught in the headlights, don't know how to prepare your meals. So what I am going to do is to set up a subscription. So you can subscribe. You will be able to pay for a cooking class. So every week I will have a cooking class posted, maybe more than once a week, but I know once a week there will be a cooking class posted that you can partake of in the comforts of your home. You just pay the fee and you can go back and watch it. You don't have to watch it live. You can watch it live, but you'll be able to go back and to watch the actual class. So it's like you're there in the midst of what I am doing, right? So I'm still slicing mushrooms. For those of you Oh, now my name is Betty Crocker. You have given me so many different names, Gary. For everybody that is just joining in, let me take you over and show you the white bean chili that I have already prepared. So, and I use the meatless chicken strips in my white bean chili. So that's what that is. I have my rice already done. I have my broccoli over here waiting to go into the pan because, oh, I knew it was something I left off. I am doing fried broccoli. Yes, fried broccoli. I know you can say, oh, that's not good for you. The way I do it, it is a very good for you, and it is very good to you. So I'm going to do fried broccoli. And yeah, that about covers it. So I have questions. Does anybody have anything in particular that they would like to see me prepare or cook that you might want to know how to cook, that you don't know how to cook, and you would love for me to do a class on, a virtual class on, so that you can learn how to prepare it? So is there anybody that has something that they want to learn how to cook? I can't even tell who is on besides Gary. I know. Danielle, are you on here? Are you on here, my sister? Yeah. So I should have waited and did this after I had actually done these mushrooms, so you could have saw me like going ahead and cooking it. But I'm having to cook a lot because they order a lot of the Philly sandwiches, so I have to make sure that I have enough, and I want to make sure that I have more than enough. Oh, you are on here. I won't call you on here because I know that you are very busy. So I won't call you on today. However, Miss Danielle, be prepared. It is coming. I will have you to come on because I know that you stopped eating meat, well over a year ago. It's like, is it 2 years now that you have gone without meat, or is it just a year? Maybe a year and a half, year and 3/4. I can't really remember. But yeah, I'm almost done, you guys. So what else can I talk about? I can talk about how the turmeric brightening bar is changing some people's skin and some faces. Like, it's a year, 1.6 years, and see, that is awesome. 1. Oh, okay. So a year and a half you've been. See, that's great. See, she's gone from eating meat to now, like, she does not have to have it. People think that I gotta have meat. No, it's just a mindset. It's a state of mind. There are other alternatives to eating meat. And with everything that you're seeing on, posting and on the news, and, coming across your social media with animals and way the food is looking, especially like turkey for Thanksgiving. Like, who went ahead and ate a turkey on Thanksgiving? Whoever did that, like, y'all were brave, because there's no way I would have eaten a turkey on Thanksgiving after seeing all of that stuff. So I was going to talk about the soap, but I just finished all of these mushrooms. 1.5, no beef, no pork for me. I'm the same way I was in high school. Uh-oh, go ahead, Gary. Go ahead. I see you. And how do you feel? That's a good thing. How do you feel after not having had pork and beef for that for that amount of time. How does that make you feel? I know you said you are the size you were in high school. So what size were you prior to giving up meat? I mean, giving up the beef and the pork. I don't know if you're still on here. You are on here, Gary. You probably working too and working and on here at the same time. So you might not be able to come on live. Yeah, he done got off. He don't even want to talk. He don't want to talk. Oh, you want to talk? I would love to know. I would love for you to share with everybody how you feel not having more energy, skin more clear. Oh. Well, your skin would be even more clear if you got some of this turmeric brightening bar. 190 before and 165. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That is so freaking amazing. Giving up pork and giving up beef, and you have, see, there's a huge difference. Some women will be like, I stopped eating that and, I didn't lose, nothing happened for me. Well, first of all, men, their body, the way their metabolism is, yes, it's insane. So they're going to lose weight faster anyway. At the same time, it's still going to depend on what you decide that you're going to. Do I need this light? I guess I'll leave it on. What you decide that you're going to put into your body after you give up the pork, after you give up the beef. What are you then going to eat? And say, oh, well, I tried to, even vegetarians or vegans, even in that process, like, you can still gain weight being a vegetarian or being a vegan. It's like not hard at all to do to pack on pounds, because what happens is a lot of people will then substitute. Wow, you like Trey Songz? Oh my God. Danielle said, yeah, she's down to 174. Yeah, there's some people like, they give it up and they switch. They've given up that, but then they start to eat more carbs. So they're replacing it with like more starchy foods. So more potatoes, more filling stuff, more people substitute it for carbs instead of still taking the healthier options. Even like instead of having regular rice all the time, because I like rice too, but instead of having rice all the time, having cauliflower rice, which is actually really good. Having that, or having different kinds, so not white rice, but having like forbidden rice or the wild rice or the brown rice, like switching it up to something like that. That helps, and it helps your body to, it won't break it down as fast. It'll slow down the process of turning it into sugar, where if you're eating white rice and regular potatoes and all of that, it's just, it's going to go to sugar much faster. So if you switch over, even in potatoes, like I like potatoes too, but you can switch over to sweet potatoes and then not have them as often and as much. Everything in moderation is what I'm always saying. So for me, if I have to classify myself, that's why I like saying Vigo. So I have this group that I created, and we're called Vigo Chicks, because you have those that are vegetarian, you have those that are vegan, you have those that are pescatarian, which I fall in pescatarian more often than anything else, because I still have seafood, but not all the time. So it's not like every day I'm going to have fish or seafood. Like some days I'm still not having anything related to what some would those real diehard vegans would still classify, So So it's what you decide to cut out. I can tell everybody, removing cheese from your diet or dairy can be a very hard thing to do. And I will have it on occasion, regular. I will not give up butter I won't give up butter for anybody. I'm not going to eat that processed, I can't believe it's not butter. I'm not going to eat that plastic stuff that they put in there. I'm not going to put that in my body. So I'm going to eat real butter. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. If I'm going to have butter, I'm going to have real butter. But what was I getting ready to say? Oh, I was talking about the dairy. Let me turn this light off after all. A lot of people who have allergies, who have asthma, a lot of people that have skin issues, and like things that have just come up, if you cut dairy out of your diet, like the change and the transition that you will have in your body will be freaking unbelievable, right? It'll just, you'll just be blown away by the, hold on, I need to get the other stand. You'll be blown away by the changes that you will see in your body just from giving up dairy. And for some people that is a very hard thing to do, but it's really good for you. Like, I'm telling you, if you try giving up dairy for a week, going without dairy. They have, substitutes in that too, for those that still feel like you got to have something. But if you give it up for a whole week, like a lot of people are lactose intolerant, like you're gassy, you're bloated, you have irritable bowel syndrome, a lot of this kind of stuff, if you would just give up certain things, remove certain things out of your diet, you won't have those issues, right? Let me hold this up here. So I will tell you, okay, so I'm getting ready to show you the mushrooms, right? And so mushrooms have a whole lot of water. A whole lot of water are actually in mushrooms. And I'm going to just show you, because in the pan, I only had the oil that I was using to cook. And as you can see, look at all the liquid that is actually inside. Now this is nothing but the oil that I was using, and then the mushrooms. So that just shows you how much water mushrooms hold inside, right? Okay, sit this over here because I have to cut the onion that's going to go in. So I'll slice up onion that's going to go in here. I'll slice up some green peppers that's going to go inside of the Philly cheese sandwich. That is what I'm doing. You guys, I have been on here a really long time. I didn't intend on being on here that long. I really wanted to keep it kind of short. But we got to talking, and I think we still had a very good talk and conversation. So I will end this with me finishing up the Philly cheese. So I have gotten the onions inside. I've let the mushrooms cook down. I'm getting ready to slice up some bell pepper. Hold on. This is going to go inside. I've already seasoned it. I have my set seasonings that I like to utilize. But of course, when you're in the kitchen cooking, you have the ability to add whatever you want into the mix. So I can post a lot of different things, but it's still up to you and up to your taste buds to, as I say, freak it. Change it up a little bit for yourself. So I had already placed my seasonings in. That may be another thing that I come up with, like seasoning blends. My own line of seasonings. Wouldn't that be great? So Cynetha seasonings, like everything else, right? Yeah, so let's put these in here. I'll just have to let these onions cook down. So I'll let this simmer a little bit, right? I'm going to let that simmer down a little bit. You guys have an awesome and amazing day. Thank you for coming on to the live with me as I am cooking. Thank you for joining Cooking with Cynetha. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.